reviving his career, but they will not rush him as he's not very much fit for some of these competitive games.
Well, Simpson got into this ball there, just eluding him, but able to repel and get the position back. So, Bechem United struggling to keep momentum in there. Not the best of control there from Amankwa Frank. Here comes a throw in by 14-shirted Kwame Boachi. Still struggling to move in there and say, yo, I know, goes past his man and trying to push forward there, and he's been brought down by Champong. There's going to be a foul here against the home side, Bechem United, and referee Voma George Mauli really will have a very stern word there for the right full back there for this particular foul there. But again, that was Champong for that foul.
Emmanuel Lano, very clever, very smart, got past Abdullah, and once he got past a champion, there was nothing he could do. But with your outstretched arm, you always give yourself away to the referee. Very good call by Mauli Vomo.
So this is going to be a very interesting position there. Simpson behind the ball equally. And Bechem United really have to defend this set piece. They are looking to see that wouldn't be a difficult moment there for them, but there will be a lot of conference there going on between Simpson, and he drops the ball down, just moved back a little bit. Kwame Boachi behind it as well. And you expect to see Evan Safu also getting a bit of an opportunity. Hit with the ball into the far post, and it's been punched back by Emmanuel Anan. And Nin with that huge hand there on the ball. That was a lovely play there from Nations FC. He's trying to unsettle the home side.
Kwame Boachi knew exactly what he wanted to do. He was aiming for the top right corner, but Enin, knowing the pressure coming off from the on-Russian attackers, had to just punch the other way. Clever goalkeeping with the sun in his eyes also.
Oh, lovely footwork there coming through from Kofi Tompo, who was seen as a very, very top player there in the side. In fact, Tompo was well respected in the side in the last season when he joined the club. And he got an opportunity to be voted as overall best player for Bechem United last season.
Well, he was very much instrumental, and one favorite moment the fans will remember him for is that brilliant finish against Asante Kotoko. He played a very wonderful shot right from the middle of the park, and he beat goalkeeper Kamara in post.
Well, again, there's no chance for them. They're trying to hit into the right-hand side. Augustine Okra being given the position here. He drops it down to find Augustine Afrani, ends down, put the ball into the box. A little bit of hesitation there from Nations, but able to clear the lines. And comes back to the champion, who's the ball into the midfield. Looking to see the sort of play that will be coming through from this team. And again, it's going to be a scrappy play in midfield, but both teams are holding on to possession in midfield once again. It's a long ball forward there, but the referee would have to call for a foul here.
Clearly a foul that was intelligent right there from Emmanuel and Ampia. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, but Soweto Suini left a late foot on him. Clever touch from Ampia, but Soweto was a bit late.
Yeah, it's another free kick opportunity there for the side. So Augustine Okra really gets his stand here because this is a team he's played a part for. He started as a club football for Red Bull, came to Bechem United, moved to Kumasi Asante Kotoko, had the opportunity again of moving abroad. I played his club football in Sweden, India, and Sudan. Amarek, Al Hilal, he played for these two clubs, the top clubs in Sudan, Augustine Okra. And indeed, back in the 2013-2014 season, he was voted the top scorer and overall best player in the Ghana Premier League, Augustine Okra. Well appreciated here in Bechem.
He is one of their favorite, and every time he dons the shirt, he gives his 100% best. The reason why they continuously honor him.
Here comes the free kick there for Bechem United. Ball whipped in left-footed. And again, it's been repelled by Simpson.
You know, talking about Okra, he's had a favorite name. Every time he scores, they say, Okra magic.
Indeed, he had the opportunity of doing so back in Kumasi as well when he was playing for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. He also played his club football for Simba in Tanzania. And also had a chance of playing for another club in Tanzania. He's Club Africa, young African as well. And Okra is the man, the armband there, so the fans really love to see him. Almost all the football that they expect to have. Well, there's a foul there.
It's going to be quite an interesting battle between himself and Kwame Boache. Very resolute left back who can also play as a centre back. He knows when to cover up spaces, and that was an evidence of why he has been played or chosen at left back.
Ahead of this game, Bechem United set 3 points and 2 places behind Nations FC and targeting a third win today. Really considering their head-to-head record in their previous meetings, it's always been Bechem United having the upper hand against Nations FC. And 2 seasons ago, Bechem United beat Nations 3-0 here. Augustin Okra scored a penalty. Emmanuel Avognon not in the team. Francis Akwa, all of them scoring there for Nations. In that match, Isaac Botche of Nations got the red card.
Well, it was quite an interesting game. Francis Akwa has moved on. He currently is with Asante Kotoko. But Nations would be looking at how they can capitalize on the weaknesses within this team. Not so many changes to the Nations FC team from last season. If you look at telepathy and understanding, Nations stands taller than Bechem United.
A bit interesting last season as match day 1 there when Richard Danso and Charles Wusu of the Bechem United, both team players were shown the red card. So it's always been a very tough game there for these two sides anytime they meet. And Isian Yakun and Emmanuel Aban scored.
And it's quite very much competitive when they meet. Unfortunately, Kasim Mingolo Kansi did not break Nations Football Club. He would have come back to a venue where he had trained and molded several talents, including Augustin Okra.
Absolutely. Chawate sends it back, looking for the agility of Simpson. Really not able to get back to him. And the central mid defensive pair with Gripman as well, and Kwambuachi on the left back position. Here comes Chawate there, looking to pick this one up. It's been well cleared beautifully there by Augustin Afrani-Mensah.
That was a very sweet delivery there, trying to find Faisal Chawate. He likes to drift off central positions and come off the flanks. But Afrani-Mensah knew he had to quickly get into that space.
I know. He's got some swift touches there, I know. Afrani-Mensah clears. Frank Amanko also doing his job there in the midfield. So like that with Foster Sakiti on the flanks there. Okra. I was expecting to see the lovely play there from Tom Poole there, but the final touch very poor. Into the last 11 minutes of the game so far, and it's a goalless between the two sides.
Tom Poole was trying to be very much clever, looking for the run of Augustin Afrani-Mensah, but he delayed and decided not to go for that run again when Tom Poole made that turn. That's poor decision making from the two players, failing to find the right understanding and cheaply and easily giving the ball away.
Well, an interesting development there, the two sides. Anytime they've met, Emmanuel Aban gets to start for Bechem United.
And he's very much trusted. Reason why he's mostly chosen.
Well, Bechem again will have to hit this one from a long range, and picked up beautifully there by Rabin Usman Sanon.
It was quite an easy catch for him, though he was very low on the ground. and lacked that power to force him to either spill it or punch it back into play. Clearly, can see that decision-making from the referee knew Kwame Boakye was at fault. Game getting a bit ragged in this moment.
Simpson, again Okra with a long drive. Always ready to hit something when they get opportunity.
He has the technique, he's very much intelligent. He knows which area of the pitch he is and how to strike the ball. The idea and intent was clear. Execution lacking accuracy and precision. But credit to Amadou Abdoulaye for bringing that ball and shielding it, laying it off for Okra to strike.
6 goals have been scored between the two sides, the 4 meetings. Bechem United picked up 2 wins against Nations, and Nations yet to beat Bechem United in the other league matches played between the two sides. What opportunity now, and Sanon comes out with an intelligence clearance. That was a lovely pass there for Bechem United to have picked the first goal here. And again, they still keeping possession. Abdoulaye dropping the ball down here, and it's going to be a foul here against the man known as Augustine Afrani Mensah. Suffered with that challenge.
It's interesting to note Bechem have started finding the loose ends of the Nations FC team.
Another best of control there has been hit wide by Kevin Ampofo. And Bechem United really coming very hard at Nations FC. Lovely opportunities now. They've been trying to throw the balls together, and now they try to go back again. And it's going to be a corner kick advantage there to the home side.
You can see that link-up play between Augustine Okra and the rest of the attacking team. Force the Sakite Amadou Abdoulaye. They clearly understand themselves. They know the positioning of the man who can be lethal.
And set piece here for the home side. Ball hit to the far post once again, just to lose everybody. Very poor play.
Those corner kick wasted there. Very poor execution coming in. They expected a better delivery from Emmanuel Aban. That is clearly wasteful. You cannot see from his reaction. He was not happy. And it's quite early in the game, and you can see from Pomanton, a bit worried, but Stephen Boakye has a lot to very much happy for. Quickly has called up his captain. He needs to send a message to them. What they need to do, a bit more resolute.
2 players now to be traded, Raymond Okogripon as well as the goalkeeper Rabin Osman Sanon of Nations FC. But an interesting development there for Bechem United. Just a win in the last 5 games in the Premier League. And that win came from Vision FC, where they was match day 6 there. They won by 2-0. But after that, they have been struggling, having lost to Karela, also losing to Adriana Stars as well, and then drawing with Accra Hearts of Oak, and also losing away from home to Hearts of Lions.
That's quite disappointing, but you can understand them. This is the side who continuously sell players and transfer players at any point in time where they deem appropriate, whether it's mid-season, start of the season, end of the season, or middle of the season. They need to make money, and it normally destabilizes their team for a couple of seasons before they get back.
The same story there for Nations FC, also picking up just a win in the last 5 games as well, and that came with the 3-2 win against 11 Wonders. Lost to Dreams FC, and they have to draw to Kumasi Asante Kotoko, losing to Mediama as well, and also drawing at home to Samatex. Those are very important games the Nations FC were hoping to pick the 3-point, but really that wasn't a story for them. And so both teams have similar fate in coming into this game.
You could just understand why Kasim Mengolo Kansi was allowed to leave. He lost games and points at venues you would expect him to lose. The Nations FC were quite strong at home last season, getting them to the very top of the Ghana Premier League table, finishing 5th, but losing 2 games at the tail end of last season.
Well, again, so I'm not trying to find Charity there, but I couldn't quite get to him. As It's a long way out.
Not a lot seems to have changed from how nations would want to find their lethal marksmen. They would always want to go very much expansive to the right and left-hand side. And it's been clear with the crossfield deliveries almost every time they want to catch Bechem unaware.
Oh, it's looking for the man up front there for Sasakite. Trying to combine beautifully there. It's Okra and Eliza Mamadou. Yawano again, he goes past the Champong. And now hit this one into the box. He's been repelled. Frank Amankwa. Bechem United sometimes do find themselves in a very awkward position. And again, one of the players who really coming out very strong in the game there is Yawano, the foul there by Mark Williams Boateng.
That was a full foul to concede. He could have risen and challenged for that ball. But Foster just made sure he was going to be the first to get to that. And once illegally preventing, he goes to ground for that foul. Nations still struggling to get a hold of the ball for more than a minute.
Again, just hit this one very far there. Augustine repelled here. Oh, crowd she's going to pass on that one. And eventually it's been cleared beautifully.
That was a very good read of the game there by Oko Gripman. He calculated it and knew Okra's deadly as he is was lurking just behind him to find the target.
Razak Larson committing the foul just the heart of midfield. And Simpson here. Charity has the ball to no man's land, but Abdullahi comes in to get things done. Names up. It's obviously going to be a foul there against Suridu Suhini Sulemana. Again, he was completely beating there with a lot of a body swerve, and so had to bring his man down. Aggressive play by the two sides. Sulemana again giving the ball away. Arno was the target. He couldn't really control the ball well. Now comes back to Bechem United as he's trying to hit more men forward there with the likes of Emmanuel Aban. So picking up possession and trying to hit one up into the half of Nations. And Yawano again have to deal with two players, and now he's been brought down. Champon coming into the fray there with a little bit of a nudge on him. And referee Voma just right there at the action, and you can see.
You could clearly see Emmanuel Arno trying to get in between the two players. But unfortunately, it was Yawe Champong who had to bundle into him. Emmanuel Lampia had already taken the lead, trying to win possession. It looks like the back from a Champon has given the free kick away. If you ask me, very poor foul to concede.
A very good opportunity there with just 20 minutes of the play gone there. Bechem United and Nations FC, you have to punish each other, but there's a free kick advantage there for Nations FC. Very good position there for them to hit the home side. Total of 76 players have appeared in the scoring sheet so far this season. Got 2 players who scored just 5 goals. We've got 2 players who scored 4 goals as well. And 2 players with 3 goals, and 14 players have scored 2 goals, as well as 56 players have scored a goal each now. And you expect a left-footed free kick has been taken. It goes way, way off target.
Very good position. Clearly a training ground routine, but that was poor from Boateng.
Still goalless between Bechem United and Nations FC. And 9 players from both teams have scored 9 goals combined after match day 7 games. Emmanuel of Nations FC has scored 5 goals. And still having a lot of play there for Mensah, and then Okra picks up possession here. And Tompo to Mensah again, lift the ball to the far post and is able to get to Aban, drops it down. And goes to the left full back who's trying to locate Tumpo here. And again, it's going to be a foul here by Augustine Afrani-Mensah.
The decision-making coming in there from Ampia wasn't really the best, but he got himself into it. Suedo Suini knew exactly what he wanted to do, and he got himself getting past that man. You can clearly see he was trying to go in for the ball, but Suini was quicker. Augustine Afrani-Mensah, he was late.
And halfway through the first half here, and the first player to have his name taken, Augustine Mensah. Pretty disappointed with himself. And so Heaney really seeing that is why I picked up a free kick, and again is Frimpong Manso comes in to change a lot of things there for Nations FC, looking at what he's been able to do in the Ghana football in terms of his play days with Kumasi Asante Kotoko and as a coach with the national sides. And again, you're expecting a lot of fluidity in his play there for Nations this season.
And if you see him in the last 3 seasons of the Ghana Premier League, he seems to be turning the wards of football clubs, but anytime he leaves, then there should be some element of war. But when he picks up the teams, he makes sure he does his very best to keep them at the top. Starting from Bofokwatono when he took over, once they got promoted to Ghana's top flight, they were doing well in the top 4 until they sacked him. Things started falling apart. He picked over Gold Stars and he made them league champions until the fracas between himself and the main boss. Now he's taking over Nations FC, that we're looking forward to some rejuvenation of the club. He's trusted to do that perfectly.
Certainly. Gripman there trying to get the ball away from Sakiti. Tempo here. Okra, a lovely pass now to Aban. A little bit of a heavy touch on the ball there. Aban couldn't quite get to the ball.
Clever from Okra. You could see the intelligence behind making that decision. But it was a little bit overhead.
A total of 6 players from Bechem United Nations FC have picked up the most valuable player of the match award there. Yoano here, charges forward there. Yoano looking to hit this one with the left foot, but a great and intelligent defensive play there by Champong. Noah has been the busiest player on the pitch there for Nations this afternoon. Good reverse pass there for Tumpo to pick it up there for the Bechem United. Gets applauded from the fans who are enjoying every bit of it. Augustine Okra is the man in there, but Simpson looks to find Sannon.
That was quite dangerous there. Decision-making Sannon had no other option. But how close Augustine Okra was to make that clearance. It was quite quick, and that is what you need from your goalkeeper as the final line of defense, preventing Okra from having anything on the ball. He's very dangerous. You can't leave him inside territories.
He's a player who can defend. He's a player who can score. He's a player who can do a lot of things. Well, looking to hit this one again. And once again with the speed of Arnaud. Who's trying to 2 players there, Arnaud. And it's a foul. And again, there's a lot of anxiety and tension there between the 2 players there for Bechem United.
You can see clearly a push there from Emmanuel Arnaud.
Frank Amankwa is trying to have a word there with his partner. Again, when you see Arnaud coming, certainly comes with a blistering speed. Augustine Okra switching to the left-hand side. Again, was trying to reverse the ball, but again, Aban was just will run ahead of himself. And here comes Evan Saffel on the right-hand side, finds support there. And now there's going to be a long-range Goodman. Once again, possession won there by Nations. Watch it. Shoves it back again. And again, you're expecting Sapong, Brandon, coming in with a long drive again. Once this one comes at Nations FC again, they're just hitting the balls from long ranges.
That was an audacious effort coming in from Mike Williams-Wating. Saffel, he could have taken his time, but he was looking at surprising the goalkeeper. Poor wasted there. Nation struggling to have a hold of the midfield. Calvin Ampofo, Zini, and even Saffel are finding it quite difficult to get anything, not even scraps in midfield. The reason why.
Again, it's going to be two teams always looking for some bit of space to hit the balls from afar. Again, it's going to be a foul on Augustine Mace already on the yellow card. Be very careful there. The foul on Chawate.
He's done a quite decent job on Chawate so far, pushing him wide. But that was clearly an intent to go for the man and not the ball.
Yes, Saffel. Brandon Saffel again trying to pick up a knock, couldn't quite get to him again. It's going to be Sakite and Gas Nokra combining on the left-hand side. And spreading some of the passes, beautiful play now. There's a lovely ball there from Sakite. And now it's going to be a flag up on offside against Anok.
These are the dangerous runs of Emmanuel Ano running in behind the defense. It was quite clever pass, but that was very tight. Very, very tight. If he had timed his run for a millisecond, I'm sure he would have been able to stay on side and try to wake the goalkeeper. In post, he's clearly been the most lively player for Nations in a game where Bechem have been overly dominant.
Again, there's a foul here. Anytime you see the pace of this young man, that clearly tells your story. And remember, he got a hat-trick against 11 Wonders, and again, he's a champon. He was really showing his powers as a centre-back against him.
It's quite surprising why Yawa Champon, knowing how quick Ano is, delays and decides to go in with a shoulder badge. Ano was first to the ball, and once he made that touch, any shove was definitely going to go his favor from Mauli Vomo.
Again, you can see the possession there. Nations FC really having plenty of the ball there by, again, having been up to score. But interesting, the home side not really retaining possession, 45% of that.
Well, they've been losing it a couple of times, but I think for the few times that they get onto it, they're quite interesting to watch.
Throw in there by Mark Williams-Wating. And there's a lot of runs on the flanks. Expect to have this moment there. Flag stays down, and Bechem can have opportunity, but again, he's been hit wide, but that wouldn't count. The referee had already lit that flag there for an offside against Amadou Abdoulaye.
There was a little bit of delay, but you can understand him. There was no way he had to make that quick decision. The pass went in from Foster Sakiti. But Abdoulaye was too quick. He should have timed his run. He was far away from his markers. I don't see the rush and the need to quickly move for the ball.
Soini.
As a former player of Dreams FC, Karim Zito, always trusting him as a backup option in midfield. This looks to be his first game this season. Looks like Frimpomans also trust him, but he wasn't a player who really had the trust of Kasim Mingolo Kansi.
Good run there for Bechem United. Opportunity for them to see if they can hit the first goal there. Well, they'll be calling for a penalty, but Bomber says no. So again, there was a bit of a theatrics in the box. Reason he's not going to give that.
I think he fell down too easily. He was looking for it. Mauli Vomo close to the action, knew the defender had to check his line. Augustine Okra. That decision from him was a bit poor. He could have been a bit more stronger trying to keep the ball in a very crucial position in the penalty area.
The likes of Kofi Tompo and Frank Amankwa in the heart of midfield there for Bechem United, really working pretty hard in terms of their performance. Seeing the call there for a penalty, was there? No, absolutely no.
Zach Simpson, very much experienced. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, trying to show the ball. Okra was looking for it. He went down too easily. I'm sure he's lucky to have even escaped the yellow card from Mauli Vomo.
There's a man who's been seen as a very enterprising midfielder there. He started his club football, Kevin Ampofo. The Samsi Soccer training center. Spent a decade there, 2012 to 2023, and then moved to Mariners FC back in 2018, the Greater Accra Division 2 league there, before getting the team promoted. Played his club football again, moved to Nations FC. Last season, 19 games, and was able to get 6 goals. In terms of the promotion, he's got a lot of goals there, but 3 goals for him in terms of his performance for Nations last season when he played for them. He also played the box-to-box play in the midfield. Well, Nations FC actually came in the numbers, did he?
Well, it's quite interesting how youngsters are patronizing the Ghana Premier League. It's a new wave, and it's quite interesting to see all these youngsters being a part of. We're talking about Kelvin Ampofo, very excellent midfielder, very much combative. His energy levels a bit unmatched. But every single time he has that opportunity to prove himself up front, he does it. For a midfielder who plays from deeper lines, it's impressive to see the number of goals and contributions he gives to the attack.
We're back in again with 10 minutes to end the first 45 minutes already. Talked about the players who picked up the most valuable player of the match. Emmanuel and of Nations FC, picked up 2 of those awards there, but a total of 5 players on a single awards each. There's 3 players coming from Bechem United, Frank Amankwa, Emmanuel Sefa, and Abdul Razak Alassan. All of them have been awarded for that great performance. Meantime, it's going to be a lot of runs there from Brandon Entry Sapong, just possessed. Comes in the experienced Simpson. Foot-tie challenge, but a referee allowed play to continue. And Mensah. Simpson once again, his experience always a play. Again, losing possession, and the referee eventually have to call the foul here against Abdullahi.
Clearly, I think that he gave that free kick for Zach Simpson. It was still giving him that opportunity to brush off that challenge and continue. And Safo won the ball. Well, the free kick was for the earlier challenge on Razak Simpson.
I know again hit this one. Was a Switch of play and a very awareness and intelligence there. Ano.
Always with the eye for the goal. It was quite a distance, but he wanted to take his chance. Not too far away from the goalpost. But in that situation, he trusted his instincts to hit that. It could be better next time.
Okra. Even a reverse pass here, but then the best of control there coming through for Augustin Mensah.
That was a cleverly worked ball there. Guessing Okra experience, keeping the ball, passing it out into midfield. That delivery to find a run from Mensah was very much interested, but he had just run over the line. Lots of questions being asked of the two sets of defenses, but as to whether they are going to answer in the affirmative. That's the question now. Oh, that was a bit nasty coming in from Abdullah Amadou on Mark William Boateng.
It was a total of 16 wins and 7 drawn games with a 4 defeats with 36 goals and 18 goals conceded. Since the 2011-2012 season, Bechem United have played a total of 27 home games against teams based in the Ashanti region. All those matches played, 16 of those have been a win for them. The flag stays down with Augustin Okra looking to hit this one to the middle there, but again, it's not a best over play there. Sample wins possession beautifully there for Nations. And, you have Brandon charging forward. Trying to keep possession here, neat and simple in midfield for Nations, looking for space to shoot. Switching play down to left-hand side, finds Sohini. Oh, yeah.
That was an interesting round there from Brandon and Sapon. Sohini not really finding his feet. He's a clever player, but he seems not to have any skill work for him.
Sohini again. Possession there to Franca Nations FC being a little bit tighter at the back and making sure that at least they don't just give the balls away. This is Yawano. Moves from attacking position to defensive lines. And here comes Ampofo, Kwame Boakye. Full back. Cleverly finds Ampofo again. And Sohini nearly gives the ball away, but quick to pick it up. Ano controls well and gives the ball away. A Champon always on Emmanuel Ano.
It's getting a bit frustrating for him, but clearly the referee had a whistle for foul for him. Ano there, once again, eager to get back the ball. And in his attempt, bringing down this man in the process. You can understand his frustrations. Wanting a yellow card, but Mauli Vomao telling him, being decent with your words as part of sportsmanship, and clearly sending that message to him.
Yeah, you talk about the play of both teams in the game in terms of performance, in terms of what they were able to do. And just about 5 minutes to go. It's still Bechem United 0, Nations FC 0. I'm expecting to see a lot of hard tackles by both sides. The referee really have to stop play and see if they can. At the moment, you speak to the players, they're not really wrestling, but that's exactly what you see.
Well, I think that Sohini getting himself in a bit of a trouble there. He left the ball, went into his man. And there was no way he was going to come out from two opposing players from that scrap. Lucky to have won the foul there.
The fans are really looking forward to see if they can get a goal there in this game, but that absolutely is not the story. Just about 3 minutes to go, and still yet to have the opening goal there. Nobody is able to have the chance to score the first. Bechem United have had clean and decent chances as well, but Yano has always been the only player who's got the chance to hit the balls into the danger zones of Bechem United.
He hasn't been as fluid as you would want to see him, and that is quite a bit disappointing from Gaston, but you can understand him. Age is certainly not easy for someone like him to continue keeping.
And that's going to be another foul. The foul really livid, not appreciative of the decision there from the centre referee, Maoli Voma. And again, the coaches are really also disagreeing with the score there. And Brandon Sapong really doing his job, and another switch of play. And again, he'll have to collect this one there for Bechem United.
Another free kick wasted there. You can clearly see he wanted to expand that set piece, but unfortunately for him, it was hit too quickly, too sharply for anyone to latch onto.
Comes down before there, picks up Brandon, goes to the left foot, and again, nobody to attack that ball. Ampoful again. Squami Boachi.
I think that was clever there from Boachi, trying to keep the ball in play. It was a very outstretched keep of the ball after that pass, seemingly going wide.
Zach not being taken over. And the ball whipped into the box there. Has to be defended pretty well by Bechem United. Again, it's Emmanuel Ano being the creepy crawler here for Bechem United.
It's quite interesting how the two players in the art of defense, Yao Champon and Razak Alassan, keep delaying in trying to get a hold of the ball. I know he's fast, he's cunning. You don't allow him to get onto any of those loose balls. He nearly caused some problem there.
23 minutes of added time. The free kick opportunity there for the side. Just up behind the ball there is going to be Ivan Safo. Right with the ball. Again, Simpson is the target. Just looking for handball, reversed into the box. And now to collect it.
Can see another foul there. Gaston Okri using his experience to the fullest. He knows when to dive into tackles. But he's won the ball in a very good position.
Okra. Ampere gets a reverse pass. Ampere here. And the ball hits into the box of Nations. Now it's going to be Gaston Mensah. Very awkward ball into the box. It goes just your target once again. And Nations FC really played 11 away games against teams based in the Bono Apple region. It's in the 2023-24 season. Only 2 wins there for them, and defeats with 5 goals and 12 goals conceded. Interesting games played against Bechem like likes of Tona Bafakwa. And losing to Bechem United as well, but the Joanna Stars have also had the opportunity to play Nations FC. Remember the likes of Instructor Man FC as well. Young Apostles have all had the chance of having a go at Nations FC in the Premier League.
It was always quite difficult for them. They're quite unfortunate. So we're trying to rewrite history. Others coming from a team that is also struggling. They're battling. They wouldn't want to allow that.
head coach for the side. Stephen Desmond is looking to change the fortunes of Bechem United. We'll talk about the time when Bechem United picked up the FA Cup as a Paul United. It was a very interesting time there for the side. They had very quality players in the setup. Bednego, Tete, all of those players going to pass through this very, very fine team ever since they joined the Premier League back in the 2011-2012 season. And
since time immemorial, they've been producing some of the very wonderful players to see in the league. Gaston O'Quinn himself was one of them. They had one goalkeeper who joined the Black Stars, Abdullahi. Fortunately, couldn't last. Seen quite the other interesting players run through the folds every single time. Emmanuel Lavogno, the likes have all passed through Bechem United. And they continuously keep producing some of the best players you see on the local scene.
And again, it's the first 45 minutes of the day. Bechem United, Nations FC coming at each other after having a very interesting performance in match 7. It was Bechem United who went all the way down to Karela and lost by 2-0. But when Nations FC were at home, it was Emmanuel Ano with a hat-trick there. They come into this game looking to pick the 3 points. First 45 minutes, no team yet to open the scoring there. But they look forward to the second half. Bechem United nil, Nations FC nil at halftime.
Lots of close shaves there. You'd have expected them to get back into the game strongly, but quite unfortunate, they've lost.
So they come back in the second half. We're looking forward to see what happens there.
For the women.
Yes. The Ghana Football Association launched the Talent Identification Program that seeks to identify and develop the best talented youth players, both male and female, in the country. The reason is to form the base of the various national teams, as this project, open to boys and girls, is put in 15 zones for the boys and 5 zones for the girls. Hesterine from UEFA joined Bernard Liper, the technical director of the Ghana Football Association, for this launch.
The road ahead will be rough, will be muddy. But as a family, as a unit that believes in the vision of investing in our tomorrow, we will get there.
Support for the regional football associations has been immense since this administration took office. The Executive Council has come up with landmark interventions and support programs to cushion the 10 regional football associations.
Support that are coming from the FA down to the Regional Football Association is something that we never imagined. Juvenile football receives support, women's football receives support, administratively same.
Some of these interventions include supply of free footballs to juvenile and women's Division 1 clubs through FIFA Forward 1.0, free FIFA youth coaching workshop for development coaches, free training of juvenile scouts in the regions.
The future of our sports heavily lies on your shoulders. If you get it right, it means our collective future is protected.
The Football Association, with the help of FIFA, also successfully organized a special goalkeepers course at the Ghanaman Center of Excellence at Pram.
It's been a very entertaining first 45 minutes here at the Nana Fusuji Abua Park between Bechem United and Nations FC. But no goes to show it is goalless at the break, and I have with me the assistant coach of Bechem United, Anthony Kunedu. Coach, I mean, you've seen a lot of the ball. What needs to change in the second half if you want to win this game?
Yes, I think we have match created a lot of chances in the first half, which we could not convert. We are looking forward to change tactic. You know, we started with 3-5-2. We are trying to see if we can put in another attacker and then make sure in this game we have to win at all costs. We need the maximum points, so we have to win. So we have to change tactic and then add another tactical ploy to it.
Okay, let's see if that happens. Thanks very much. As we wish you well for the second 45 minutes there. Anthony Kunedu is the assistant coach for Bechem United. I'll be joined by the man who just came to Nations FC, Abwajit Da Costa. He's the assistant coach. Coach, I mean, it's been a good 45 minutes for you away from home, goalless. What needs to change in the second half?
We are here to win. We are here to win the game.
Of course,
so
but I have seen that a lot of balls have gone to Emmanuel Ano, but it looks like he's been isolated. Would you change that tactics going into the second half?
During the second half, we will change a little bit, and I'm not going to tell you. We will change a little bit, and then we will push the ball more forward, and then we see Ano.
Well, you have something under your sleeve, Coach Abwajit Da Costa there. He says he's not going to tell us what they are going to do, but we are going to see it in the second 45 minutes. Let's go for a quick breather. When we return, Jeffrey Asari will join me for the first half analysis.
Ebano air conditioner ebopa ediba kupene diwa kutine high sense air conditioner high sense AC promo na bebio e 28 October ekosi 8 November high sense AC ya sheda ya magana for ewo
Week 8 of the Ghana Premier League with exciting live games this weekend. On Stellar Saturday, Hoho United FC will pick their strength and wits against league leaders Midyama SC. And on Sunday special, unbeaten Asante Kotoko will look to bully Karela United into submission at the Babayara Stadium. This is the Ghana Premier League live on TV3. The Ghana Premier League, it's more than 3 points.
So we just started match day 8. Tomorrow we'll be at the Hohoy Sports Stadium because Hohoy United will be coming up against Mediema. Then on Sunday, it is Asante Kotoko who will return to the domestic France. They will be coming up against Karela. But right here, it is Bechem United against Nations FC, and it's goalless at the moment. My name is Mutala Yakubu. Jeffrey Asari is here with me. First 45 minutes, it's been a 50-50 affair, but it looks like Nations have been slightly on top.
Yeah, 50-50 affair, but Nation have been slightly on top because of the man called Emmanuel Ano. You saw that foul. He beat Alassane Abdul, and then Yawa Champon brought him down for a free kick that was taken by Kwame Boachi, but the goalkeeper Eni was able to parry. After that, he had another opportunity by Yawa Champon. Yawa Champon has brought him down 3 times. He's marking very well, but most of the time he seemed a bit isolated. In the course of the game, you saw Kofi Tumpua came into the game very well, and then he started being quicker than Ivan Safo. You realize that Augustine Okra, what Augustine Okra did was now playing the intelligent maestro of the team, where he was passing, drawing Foster Sakite to himself, Abdullahi to himself, and Aban, and that was why Abdullahi gave him a pass, he shot wide, and that one, Aban gave him a pass, he shot very wide. But at least you could see that he started becoming stronger, picking second balls in the midfield. But from the 30th minute, you realize that Ivan Safo, Kevin Ampofo started stepping up the game and pushing forward. But most of the time, you realize that Emmanuel Ano is isolated because you expect that as he's surging forward with the ball, you expect that Faisal Shaute will be with him so that when there is a loose ball or he's marked, he will have an opportunity to pass the ball to him to go into space. Unfortunately, that is not the case. So he's always overrun and outnumbered by Alassane and Yawa Champo especially. Well,
now Bechem United have found themselves in some very good situations, but they've been left frustrated by the final touch, especially with Augustine Okra. He himself has been frustrated by not getting that final touch through. What should be done by Coach Isabotre in the second half to ensure Okra becomes the central point of everything they do?
I think that what they need to do is that Okra is doing well, but he himself has not shot on target. He needs to be more clinical. He's a good player. He needs to be more clinical. He should let Aban. Aban was quite good in the first half, but somebody like Oscar Sakite was brilliant. Abdullah was brilliant. But the most important is hitting target. They were not hitting on target. They must make sure they get the ball on target. I would prefer Davin Yeboah coming in the second half. He's a clinical player. He's a brilliant player. He's a good dribbler. He's a good finisher. So I think that if they really want to win this game, Davin must come in the second. They should be more clinical in the final third in the second half.
Now, it looks like the game plan for Nations is quite clear. Hit the ball to Ano, let him run on it. And it's been a battle between himself and the likes of Suedu trying to stop him.
Yes, that is the plan, but I don't think that plan will be effective in the second half. I think that they would need a player that will free him, and I think Samuel Tete can do that better. You understand me? So Chaute is not consistent. If the coach watches first 15 minutes and is still not driving the team forward and supporting, complementing and all, they should take him off and bring Samuel Tete, somebody who can score, somebody who can hold on the ball, somebody who can also pass, so that it makes the Arnold situation a bit easier. The defenders will have 2 minds at every point in time as to how they should deal with Samuel Tete or Arnold. But so far, their back four, led by Razak Sindo, Griezmann, have been solid.
Now, it's been a bit strange with the kind of system that Desmond Isabotre is playing, especially with the long balls. For a team that is not usually blessed, or is not blessed with height up front, it looks a bit strange, and I was wondering why they went for that system.
Well, sometimes it depends on what the coach did at training ground.
Because I'm looking at Griezmann and I am looking at someone like Simpson, very good in the air.
So they were easily able to neutralize them. So in the second half, I think it will change because it has not been effective. The long balls for them, but Nation also, their poor ball retention, certain part of the game is also not help. They should improve the ball retention in the second half, and that will be able to help them to get a good result.
Well, let's see what happens in the second 45 minutes. The teams are out and ready to do battle. So back to Benjamin, Willie Graham, and Kelvin Owusu-Ansah.
Well, now the curtain rises once more beneath the Bechem sun. 45 minutes have actually whispered their story. A tale of thunder, sweat, and restless dreams. But the first act actually gave us some bit of tension and tease. The crowd continued to sing and dance with some bit of faith. And now the script of destiny turns its page. So the Hunters of Bechem United return back to the Najiabo Park with their hearts drumming to the beats of redemption or glory. As again, Nations FC stand tall, bold, and unbowed. Their eyes set on spoiling the party in this particular place here. Once again, it's not just about football. It's a test of resolve, a dance between the belief and faith, where heroes are crowned and moments become a bit of a memory. We are into the second half of this match here. It's Bechem United nil, Nations FC nil. 45 minutes yet again for all of us as we look forward to seeing which of these two sides will be able to pick up the three-pointer stake. It's always been a very difficult moment there. Nations FC have struggled to pick up any point here since the 2023-2024 season. Bechem United and Nations FC have met twice on this particular venue, with the host winning both encounters convincingly.
Stronger second half we're expecting from these two teams, especially from the home team.
Both sides remain unchanged coming into the second half. Expecting to see a lot of aggressive play in midfield as well. Nations FC coming into this game with 2 places just about Bechem United on the table, separated by just 3 points. Only accumulated 8 points from 7 games. Only winning 2 and drawing 2 and losing 3, scoring 6 goals and conceding 8. One of the higher tallies in the league so far. The form really has been very much inconsistent, but at least a 3-2 win against 11 Wonders last weekend is indeed a very exciting moment for the sides looking into this particular match here against Bechem United.
They need to get back stronger. They need to find their rhythm soon. It hasn't been the same ever since the start of the season. And as always, a different scenario altogether.
Is it the ball up front? There is Mark Williams Boateng.
Now the very best of passes is playing instead of Akogo, ordinarily who would be on the right-hand side of that defense, playing more like the wing back for the team. I think that there is extra responsibility.
And playing as a right full back this afternoon in this game here against Bechem United. Bit of an injury concern.
Was Oko Gripman suffering that high foot from Augustine Okra, but the ref had already whistled for a foul earlier. You can clearly see Okra with the high foot there, hitting his stats.
Gripman seems to be okay now to continue with the game. He's trying to hit the balls from a very long range, but seems looking to hit. There's one up there for Arnold to pick it up, and the goalkeeper really had to come out to make a save here for Bechem United. And Bechem United have been unbeaten in match day 8 home games in the Premier League since they joined it back in the 2011-2012 season. Oh, he's picking up some very interesting results. One against Midyama SC, also picked up a win against Wild Stars Ken Faisal. Again, 11 Wonders, as well as in Satraman. Picked up 4 wins, just drawn 1 of the games and scored 11 and conceding 4. And once again, the referee is whistling against
There's clearly a nasty challenge coming in there. You could see Mark was hit from behind by Foster Sakite, right there on his heels. It was clearly a foul. Nothing to question the referee about.
The fans not really happy about it. Talking about the unbeaten run in match day 8 home games there, Bechem United have scored in all of those matches. In 2011-2012 season. Very much alive when it comes to the match day 8 games in the Premier League. Nations here to have Brandon Sapong sent into it. Again, cut out beautifully. So Paul just brought down, and Alban here. We're going to pick up Okra. Sanon here. Alban wins it back beautifully there, picks up Kofiton Paul. The referee seems to have spotted some bit of an injury play on the far side.
Clearly, he came out from the challenge a bit poorly. It was Mark Boateng Williams getting to the byline. He put in that cross, but he seemed to have left one just on Emmanuel Ampia, who slid in for the challenge. That seemed to be a rash late challenge for me, and it's come of worse.
Again, he went in with a very harsh tackle there. You can actually see it.
Well, the intent was just to get both the man, and I think that was a very malicious attempt from him, and it's come of worse, unfortunately.
Again, he was trying to keep the record up. Bechem United at home. A very interesting story here for these two sides. Bechem United are unbeaten in at least the last 5 seasons, match day 8 games in the Premier League. Again, have picked up 4 wins, only drawing 1 of those games and scoring 8 and conceding 2 in match day 8 the last 5 seasons.
That is quite a very laudable record from them. They are still not far from achieving that. Lots of minutes for them to get into the game and score as many times as they can to win the game. It's quite a battle every single time they get into these positions, but it's been rewarding for them. Hopefully they can continue on the same tangent.
It's a piece out to the near post by Bechem United. And again, it's another corner kick advantage to Bechem United, just trying to get everybody involved. Abdullahi with a final attacking play there for Bechem United as they go into the free kick. Another ball to the near post once again. It's going to be the 3rd corner kick there for Bechem United.
Another very best of deliveries coming in there from Emmanuel Aban. He needs to get them better, but Nations will constantly deal with these because they have the men to repel these set pieces.
Yet again, this time drifted the ball, just looking for some bit of routine play. And again is Brandon picking up the pieces there, charging forward. And you do have Aban just on his heels. And I know we'll have the opportunity. There's been a lot of talk about the fans here, about Anos running the game in the first 45 minutes. The Bechem United fans really lauding his performance. Kofi Tompo here, and eventually it is Safo with the final touch.
Well, clearly I think it's always come difficult for Ano. He's very much isolated from his supporting attackers, Chawete and Brandon Entry-Sapon, leaving him alone. For his stature, it's quite difficult for him to deal with a champion and Razak Alasan.
But again, this is a very, very dangerous tackle there. Aban colliding with Sohini. 2 players riding in pain, to be tended to.
I think that was a very dangerous leap there. The two decided to go in for the ball, but there's a bit of worry for goalkeeper Enin and Alasan. You can see from Pomanton, he has a lot of work to do and lifting up the morale as well as the results of this team. But Boche also has a very Herculean task. Look at that. It was clearly a decision from Aban to barge into his man. He'll be lucky to escape a yellow card from the referee. He was very late.
Simply
very
wasn't going to get the ball there. Absolutely not
He
going to
had
get
the
the ball.
intent for just to go for the man. The referee Vomawo was close to the action. He should be able to punish him. I think he's just trying to play smart. And he's done that perfectly.
Again, he seemed to be okay now.
I can see he's smiling. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. But that is the beauty of the game. You can always escape when you are smarter.
So he appeared to be okay there. Number of fouls committed, Nation with 19, and Bechem with 13 of those fouls. Bit of a sportsmanship there by the 2 players, just applauding each other. It's a very aggressive and hard tackling game in midfield. Suffer with the ball inside the half of Bechem United. Again, not the best of connection. The man in white were able to recycle the ball back into the half of Bechem United, looking for a foul here. And Boache's ball into the box has been repelled beautifully. Bechem United again. Simpson. Oh, lovely turn there from the centre back. Was looking to run with the energy there. Brandon couldn't quite get the reverse pass there from Ano. Bringing the player down.
I think Ghana was late to that. Very good defensive work coming in from Abdul Razak Al-Hassan. Putting his body right in front of the man to win possession. And had a very heavy touch just at the edge of the penalty area. Something not synonymous with his style of play.
So goalless between Bechem United and Nations FC. Just 10 minutes of play gone in the second half. 2 games played by Nations in the match day, 8 home games, away games. And they've been able to pick up some of the games played at home. 2 matches played, and all of that they've been able to pick up wins against RTU. They beat them by 4 goals to 0 2 seasons ago, and last season they won by 3 goals to 0 against Bechem FC. That was a match day 8 home game there, Nations FC. And this is a match day 8 away game, and it's goalless. Just 1 shot on target there by Bechem United.
They're the very best, looking at the talent on display for both sides. At least you would have expected it would have been a lot more, with the 2 teams eager to get the right result. If you're not hitting the right shots, how do you find the goals?
There's a difficult scenario there by the 2 sides in terms of what they are setting themselves up for this game. The 2 coaches going in with a little bit of a tactical play, Kelvin. Take a look at a 3-5-2 there for Bechem United and a 4-2-1-3 for Nations FC. Quite makes things complicated there by the players in terms of their mobility, in terms of their play and runs, just behind the balls and their attacking play as well.
That is quite a bit difficult. The 2 teams not settling in midfield, not the kind of dominant you'd want to see. It's just been a bit scrappy, a bit edgy. I'm sure the coaches understand and will do their best in the next couple of minutes to get better.
The fans are looking to see how both teams will be able to hit the balls into the back of the net, at least to start the jubilation. Bechem United to hit the balls very long into the box of Nations, and the offside flag already up. But you see Abdullahi very disappointed and animated up, and also in there having some bit of a tit-a-tat there with Simpson. I guess a little bit frustrated there. Hasn't really sparked the way the fans are expecting or were expecting from him. A couple of matches played there for Bechem United this season.
Well, he may not be the same magical Okra at the highest pedigree, and he certainly offers you a lot more. You can understand age catching up with him. He may not be as pacey and as sharp as you would want to see him.
32 years of age. He comes in with a lot of energy and experience. Augustine Okra. In his prime, he was one of the Fiat players, attacking wingers in the game. He would obviously find space somewhere and hit you hard. Augustine Okra.
Well, he's one player you cannot allow him to have enough space in the final third of the pitch. And the reason why Nations have kept it very tight on him, especially Zach Simpson, the captain.
Again, the fans are looking to see exactly what will be the magical moment in the game for both sides. It has been tough, it has been difficult. It has been a little bit crowded in midfield there by the 2 sides. And now looking forward to see exactly what the performance both sides will be. And the flag is up there for the foul. 3 shots on target there for Bechem 4. For Nations FC, and again, the assistant referee on the far side was clearly very close to the action. And there you see a foul there by
Amadou Abdullahi was a bit poor with that. He had to just contend his marker for the ball. Kwame Boache knew exactly what his man wanted to do. just waited and invited the foul, and quickly bashed into him. The referee had an easy decision to make.
Absolutely, an hour gone into the game already, and it's Bechem United 0, Nations FC 0.
Looks like the tempo of the game has slowed down the second half.
Well, pretty much so. It's been a very tough afternoon there for both teams here in Bechem, and yet again hitting players from different angles there. An ankle injury maybe. The very first time Bechem United lost at home in the Premier League was back in 9th of October 2011. It was a match day 1. They lost against New DBRC by 2-3. Since then, they've kept just 161 home games in the Premier League with a record of 101 wins. And yet again, there's going to be another foul here. Again,
that was very poor there. Good see. Tumpo not very much happy with that, but there was a high foot coming in. I'm guessing a Franny Menta. There's already a yellow card, and that challenge on even tougher. Looks dangerous. He needs to be a bit careful not to attract the second bookable.
I just talked about the players and how things have been twice. I remember a season where players from each side got red cards. I'm not too sure again where the teams will be expecting to see yet another one. Kelvin Amperful. Couldn't quite picked up Brandon. Here comes Aban. Switching down to find space there. Sakite. Cycles the ball back to Aban. Again, he's been fouled.
That was intelligent from Aban. His touch. A skill that nearly got him past his man. Kelvin Amperful bringing him down. He knew exactly where he was going. It looks like Suini. Oh, even Safo showed the yellow card for it. He seemed to have just left a foot there.
And 2 players so far have their names taken. Augustine Mensah, Bechem United, and Evan Safo of Nations FC. Here comes in the free kick taken. Zakia gives the ball away. And again comes back to Frank Amankwai and his teammate trying to find a space. It is Aban. And now comes opportunity now for Abdullahi. Couldn't quite hit the way he wants it. And opportunity just wasted.
He wanted to just hit it right there. Clever passing between Aban and then Abdullahi. But that final ball wasn't hit with the right venom. Needed to hit it harder. Hit it with the inside of his foot. The right way, but not enough power.
Goodman's ball in here, finds that Brandon. Brandon goes in. And yet again, switch of play. Sohini couldn't quite control. The chance the ball goes to ground. Sohini gets a free kick.
He seems to be picking most of the scraps. This time around, he was quicker. Frank Amankwai late to that ball, bringing his man down. Very good position to hit the target for the first time in the game.
And again, too many fouls in the game here for both teams. Seeing exactly what will be the performance coming in after this foul. Possibility of seeing double substitutions there from Bechem United is likely. The coach there, Stephen Desmond Issa Portrait, might want to tweak his setup a little bit.
And clearly seen there's a little bit of lethargy up front. He needs to spice it up a bit.
Here comes on the wall there with 15 shirts at Abdul Razak Alasan. You know what, the most tallest in The wall formed there by Bechem United. Now they want to have this one in. And you have Safo, which is behind the ball with Simpson, as well as Chawite. Maybe having a decision which of them would be going for this one. Here comes a chance. Or there to Simpson, and hits it wide. Oh, the referee says they have to retake it.
It's quite surprising it giving it away once it was passed. He knew it was a decision he could have taken earlier. That was a bit delayed from him. You can clearly see he allowed it to go. It's quite surprising he decided to call for a replay of that kick.
Champong, the descent has been booked here by referee Maoli Voma George.
Seem to be lamenting over every decision in the game. The referee warned him earlier. It was just about time. He had to step his authority on the game.
Now be taken differently, and again it has been pushed out for a corner kick. There was a bit of a lack on that one. Simpson missing the opportunity, but then Safo had to show him the way.
Well, he had the idea right with the execution. There was a hanging, not quick, little power, and an easy save for the goalkeeper to parry over the bar.
Ball into the box now for Nations FC. Setting by Brandon. Again cleared away by Mark Williams Boateng.
A lot missing from Nations FC's game on the right-hand side of the attack. The absence of Akogo clearly impactful on the team.
Still goalless between the two sides here. Adenana Jabua Park and Bechem. So match day 8 in the Premier League already. Maybe a chance for a decision to be made there, and Kofi Tompo is being replaced there by Emmanuel Sefa. There's a decision there, and Sakite is also being withdrawn, and in comes in Darwin Yabua. Two quick substitutions there by Bechem United.
You can understand why Stephen Boche has decided to make these substitutions. He wants much more energy. The team seems to be loose this second half in midfield, and Tumpo hasn't been as combative as you would expect. It's a like-for-like substitution, both in midfield and up front.
Going to the last 20 minutes of the game here at the Gym Park, and Abdullah here trying to pick up Darwin, couldn't quite get to him. Williams Boateng finds Brandon. There's a bit of space, and he's got to deal with Darwin. Two players on him. He's been bundled down. The referee says a foul here against the home side. The Hunters are not really happy because they're not hunting well.
They won't be happy with that decision, but I think that was too ragged coming in from substitute. Darwin Yabua.
Brandon is out, and it's going to be Andrews Kobina.
Another like-for-like substitution coming in there. Kobna. We'll look forward to continuing from where Brandon Entry Sapon left off.
But again, there will be fans not happy with the performance of the home side, especially with thinking they may have a chance to see if they can get something. They've picked up a defeat away from home, and so there's a very important home match. They're looking to get a 3-point at least that Helps them to move a little bit on the Premier League log.
It's quite interesting how Anna is winning these aerial duels over Abdul Razak Al Hassan.
Into the last 20 minutes. There's a game here. We'll just talk about the 161 home games of Bechem United in the Premier League. And having won 101 of those matches and drawing 46 and losing 14 of those matches, as well as scoring 219 home games, conceding 78. The fans really know that this is a real fortress for them in the Premier League, and so looking to pick up almost every win in the Premier League.
The top 6 performing side in Ghana's top flight, consistently producing some of the quality players as well. Like I always say.
But again, a champion on a yellow card and has to be warned by the referee. A second of that means he's going to have his match in order. Got a lot of possession there, 51% of that to 49 of Nations FC. In the second half, Bechem United really have been productive in terms of ball retention, but not yielding the final result of hitting the back of the net.
Very little to see separate the two teams at the moment. And it can only come from a moment of magic. And nobody knows when that is going to come. There's a rash challenge coming in. Mark Williams, 14, giving it away. But your boy is going to cause lots of trouble. He's much more direct than Foster Sakite. Zach Simpson and Grepman need to keep tabs on him.
Emmanuel Abana on the free kick here, right-footed ball. Might want to swing this one to the far post. And again, Simpson repels it here for Nations. And now comes Kelvin Ampafo, switching play, looking for Arnaud. And then repels it there. Chawete couldn't quite control well. Session back to Sifa. Now is August Nokra. Oh, lovely piece of work there by Kwame Boache.
The mark of experience there from Kwame Boache. Understood the situation, and he just had to save his goalkeeper.
Doing almost everything right here by Bechem United, but they haven't really quite found the back of the net, and how frustrating it is there for the fans. Ball into the box again, it repelled Simpson. We're just waiting for the ball there, just taking over from him. But the last time Bechem United actually lost at home was against Bechem Chelsea.
It's going to be quite difficult to see any team that will dominate them entirely at the Fosuji Abo Park. What is missing from their game is how instinctive they can be up front.
A chance Abdullahi has Simpson to beat. The upper body strength of Simpson really showing. And there's a race for the ball there by the two sides. Once again, it's going to be Razak Simpson almost everywhere. Combing every grad there in this match.
He's had quite a very decent game. He's done his bits, making sure that the rare
Chawete. Here comes Saban. Oh, taken away from him by Chawete. Hits one into the box there. There's Arnaud. Was a man to be looked at for. It's going to be a foul here on Sohini.
That was a rash challenge there coming in from Emmanuel Sifa. On Sohini. They asked yourself why Sohini decided to slow down the pace of the game. Anna wasn't happy with that.
Well, before this match, Bechem United have played 6 home games, spanning 540 minutes so far. Only 3 wins and 3 drawn games, and 4 goals scored, and yet to concede at home. And the last 6 home matches played. So far, there's a foul here, Simpson against Okra.
Too much aggression coming in from Simpson. He had already won the ball, but his outstretched arm gave him away.
Marcel, the last quarter of an hour which we played 4 goalless. Bechem United, Nations FC.
They will take a moment of magic to separate the two teams. Lots of opportunities wasted by them. Let's see if this could count.
Gaston Okra here, hands on the waist. Going to pick this one into the box once again. Gaston Okra, the most experienced player there. Decision to might want to have Amadou Abdoulaye out, and may have to see Yao Ano in the game. Tell you what, Emmanuel Ano, Nations FC, and Yao Ano, Bechem United. Okra with the ball. Simpson once again drops it down. But Okra with a chance to hit the ball back. Okra with the right foot, ball to the box, and off he goes there.
Another set piece wasted by Bechem United. Poor communication between the two players. At the far post, Yao, the champion, complaining, but Abdul Razak Alasan knew this certainly had to be his ball. But the delivery from Augustine Okra wasn't the best. It was just going over the touchline. There was little to do from these two men. The champion missing it. Razak Alasan couldn't keep it in play. In an era where set pieces have been the order of the modern game, changing game situations, it's quite interesting now. These set pieces have gone waste.
Well, the fans really understand how things have been here at this particular venue. Bechem United losing 14 out of 162 home games in the Premier League since the 2011-2012 season. We've always seen this place as a very strong place to come. One of the best for some teams.
There's a fortress for them. We'll take you lots. We'll take you more than enough to beat them.
Well, there's a lot to look out for. There's a lot to complain. Still looking for space here. Showing the balls into the left-hand side. And once again, there's a little bit of a turn there from trying to push here and his teammates, working hard in the box, and he's had to be repelled once again. And Bechem United just can't get themselves into the very fine margins there to pick up the win. Got the ball into the box, and this time it's going to be Sano. Nearly dropped the ball there. Might have picked up a little bit of a final knock on the arm there in trying to deal with the ball.
I'm not sure that would have counted. Augustine Okra looking picking up the scrap and probably tapping home from that range. Sanon is a lucky man. He couldn't save it. The first attempt, you can see Okra complaining. That is Sanon in pain there. Well, the second attempt, Augustine Okra was also looking for the half volley, and he's missed it. Look at that, even Safo couldn't clear it properly. The throw-in was quickly effected by Bechem. And once he picked it up, there was nothing he could do about it. I'm sure he might be a worried man who's still looking.
Again, the fans of nations really traveled all the way down from Abrankassit straight to Bechem. A bit of an hour and a half journey for them to do so, at least. And get the support there for the side.
They'll be happy, they'll be glad. This is a game that has gone their way.
Just exactly 10 minutes plus additional time to go. Your impression so far from Frimpong Mansour's first game since joining Nations FC?
He was brought in trying to steady the ship, conceding 2 in their last game, coming away to a dreaded venue where it's always come difficult for them. I'm sure his expectation was the reaction of the players to the test that will be offered by Bechem United. It looks like so far they've done a decent job. He would pick up positives. I would look forward to working on the flaws in the team, specifically in the attack where they've been very short. Without Emmanuel Arnold's brilliance, it's quite difficult for the team to get the best results from the games they play.
Next stretch of the arm there, according to the referee. Simpson penalized for that.
And Yoko Gripman knew that there was no way he was going to get the better of Darwin Yeboah, who just came on.
Ampia. And again, oh, that was nearly in there for Bechem United. But that was something sumptuous. And Aban could have simply smashed home the first goal there for Bechem United. But again, the technique was absolutely brilliant.
That was a straight delivery coming in there from Emmanuel Ampia. It was headed back into play, but down in Yeboah. But unfortunately, Aban, the idea was clear. He could identify what he wanted to do from the acrobatic turn and the hit. But it was always rising, not even testing the goalkeeper.
Sanan, yellow carded for time wasting. Too many explanations there by the goalkeeper, certainly. We're here to nothing. 2 players of Nations FC. Yellow card.
We can see from Sanan, very much unhappy with it. But he's wasted far more time complaining than he was about to kick the ball. But Maoli Vomo instructing him, the next time you won't be lucky, it will be your marching orders.
Well, the very first time Bechem United lost the match at home, and it's going to be a substitution here with Prince Bedu, and given a chance to play a part there with the withdrawal of Sohini. Seen plenty of the ball in midfield, really. There's been a tough tackling players in there, also getting some of the knocks in the game.
He's put in an okay shift today, and you can quite understand why his coach has taken him off. But Prince Bedu has always been the regular partner for Kelvin Ampofol and Ivan Safo in that midfield. So it's more like they have their trio, the trusted men back in midfield.
There's a lot of talk about how players really have been going to ground and trying to get the attention of the match officials with Gripman. He's being taken off. Well, the very first time Bechem United actually lost at home on a Friday in the Ghana Premier League. And basically it was against the Junior Stars. It was an away game. And since then they picked up 5 wins. Drawn 3 of those matches and lost 1. There's a call for substitution there for Gripman. It might be a very, very dangerous tackle there. They're going to be down by 10 men until the final decision is made for him to, if at least he can come back, or some bit of a change will be coming in the handball scenario. But possession 1 here. It's going to be a decision there for Bedu to play. As Parton's been bundled down, it's going to be a free kick here.
Clearly that was very much important there from Andrew Skobna. He knew he had to delay on that ball, and he did exactly that. That was a good pass from Ivan Safo, spreading play. But Bedu wanted to make that ball as much more fluid and quicker than it was. But very good foul there from Emmanuel Lampia, making sure his team are not going to be on the back foot.
The last 5 minutes of the game here, plus additional time. Nations FC holding down Bechem United at home.
Getting quite interesting, nerves, tempers rising now at this moment.
Yeah, it's confirmation of how things have been here in this game. Still trying to keep the momentum in the game here, both teams. Augustino Krat makes way now for Samuel Okai. And still going to be a life substitution with introduction of Asante Boahin for Gripman. We'll try to continue after that knock there. Lucky to also have Emmanuel Akese maybe also getting the chance to play a part. Back into the 80-yard box.
That's quite interesting.
Bechem United once again coming in.
And every single time the ball is clear, they seem not to be making the right decisions in the final third of the pitch. And once again, giving the ball away. And a free kick in a very dangerous position. That's the first contribution from Okai. Very much strong in the challenge. And you could see it was always going to be Mark Williams Boateng in the free, making that mistake.
Still looking to see what they can do. Alban just behind the ball here. And again, it's been repelled. Alban. Ball into the box once again. And again, it's been sent in. Here comes Bechem United. And Yawa Noah again. Poor connection from him.
Yao knew exactly what he wanted to do. But for a goalkeeper with much quality as Sanon has been, it has to take extra to defeat him.
And still trying to maintain their possession, even simple in the game there for Bechem United. And the fans are just a little bit about some of the decisions there. So it's been a chance there for Nations, trying to make sure they keep a bit of a clean sheet in the game. Here comes Abant, ball taking off his feet there. And the referee now whistles for a free kick. Oh, the fans really asking for the 3 points. They have no option that to fight for this one. It's been a 3 games played by Nations FC on a Friday and picked up 2 wins of those matches against Great Olympics. Accra Lions, the only time they lost on a Friday was match day 32, 2 seasons ago against Accra Heart of Oak. It was a Friday match there for Nations and still goalless. Just about somewhat of 30 seconds. There's additional time. Good ball into the box. Once again, you have Simpson Oliver coming in. And Nations just keeping the balls and trying to head it back into the goalkeeper, Enin. difficult moment there for Bechem United.
You can understand, but that pressure, that press from Emmanuel Lano, very much plausible. Putting pressure on the Bechem United defense and goalkeeper to give the ball away.
That's over 312 games, 6 minutes about the time in this game. A lot of stoppages there, and injuries and substitutions.
It's quite understandable. 6 minutes, lots of substitutions, a number of delays.
Another best over deliveries there by Frank Amankwah into the box. Talked about 312 games played by Bechem United in the Ghana Premier League. They've picked up 122 clean sheets. I'll be looking for the 123rd clean sheet in the Premier League. Bechem United at home.
That's quite interesting to see what happens. Very much strong and a cool grip man in pain. He's done his bit, but it's always going to come difficult for him to continue after that fall.
Not being penalized with an overstretched arm. An airboy in his opponent. Aban. Chance now for Bechem. And hit the ball wide.
Another effort going away. Sokai wanted to have a quick shot with more power from about 30 yards. It was always right and very good pressure coming in from the experienced Kwame Boache to keep him off balance and prevent him from having the right technique to hit that effort. It's been unimpressive with the number of efforts on target today. Could have been better.
I know again it's been penalized there with a foul here against the Champong, and again is just complaining already on a yellow card. And the referee just in a way not really coming in to stand a bit of authority. Maybe he just allowed the game to continue. It's the last 3 minutes of this at a time of the 6 minutes played. Here comes Yawano. Yawano looking for space, goes to ground, and the referee says a free kick. It was Emmanuel who conceded a foul, and Yawano also winning a foul here.
That was impressive there from Yao. He knew exactly what he was doing in an area of men. And once he got past, like I said, there's a stretched leg, bringing his man down. It was rather the captain of the team, Zach Simpson, but he had to just bundle into his man. At the edge, his tall figure, his tall frame, and he was tearing away from him. There was no need trying to show strength with his huge frame. It will be very, very much disappointed to have conceded this free kick. And it's in a very crucial position that Bechem can take advantage of. It could be the ultimate kick to grab maximum points for them.
Someone lying behind the ball as well. And also having Aban just behind the ball. And also there's a lot of players there got into the box. Good play there from Okai. Amankwah. Good play there for Bechem again. There's a yellow card offense. And popping up. Substitute in the game there. Very much surprised, so that's been short a yellow card. His reaction certainly tells.
But that was an impressive play there coming in from Yawano. Could clearly see Kobna wanted the ball, but he went in late for his man. And of course, lots of problems ever since he came on. It's another set piece, another opportunity for them to work. The Nations FC defends.
Just coming up with a yellow card, free kick here for Bechem United. Might want to see how this would end. I've seen plenty of those balls just in front of the 18-yard box. Nations FC into the last seconds of our kick in this match now. And that might be the story be told. They certainly would be hoping that it may have something to come out with this time. Bechem with his ball into the box, and again, that was that chance. Wow.
That was quite an impressive delivery. Quickly whipped in a very good position by Emmanuel Aban. He rose high. Had a connection missing the post by inches. There's a sweet delivery coming in from substitute Emmanuel Sifa. And unfortunately for Aban, it was always going wide.
Manolano. Yeah, the final delivery and the final touch on the ball there. It's going to be a throw-in advantage for the away side, Nations FC. As we approach the end of the entire Kabudo here at the Nana Jabba Park, and that's been a huge disappointment there for the fans, having lost the way to Karela. Nations FC will look at this draw as a victory. And that will be a home win against 11 Wonders, and a draw here for them against Bechem. This remains the very first time Bechem United have failed to score in a match day 8 home game in the Ghana Premier League since they got into the Premier League in the 2011-2012 season, but they still remain unbeaten in the last 6 seasons in the match day 8 home games there for Nations FC. This might sound or look like it is going to be a victory for them. They also remain unbeaten in a match day 8 game after 2 wins against RTU and Vision FC. A clean sheet for Nations FC in this game. Man of the match there, Frank Amankwa of Bechem United. And this is their 34th clean sheet after having played 76 matches in the Premier League. Nations FC. This is a Ghana Premier League match day 8 game on a Friday here in Bechem. It ends Bechem United 0, Nations FC 0.
Moving around a huge region, sometimes you can travel about 6 hours just to cover 2 zones alone, and movement was a huge challenge with our private cars.
From Western North to here is almost 24 hours. Just imagine, and the road network there is not favorable. So you have to use this car going up and down every week. You have to go to servicing, else you cannot.
Previously, I traveled to Dunkwa, Tiaso, and sometimes I'm stuck on the way.
Then the news came that our president, Mr. Keto Kreku, and the ESCO had engaged FIFA to get us some new pickups to help us do this work. It was a wonderful news that we all patiently waited for to come to fruition. Then one day our president told us in a meeting, your pickups are ready. You could see the smiles on the faces of my colleague chairman. And it wasn't because they were going to drive in new pickups. And
it's all over here at the Nana Fosuji Abuo Park, and it ended in a stalemate between Bechem United and Nations FC. No goals to record here, but 1 point shared apiece for both sides. I have with me the man who masterminded Nations FC getting their first points away, Frimpong Master. Coach, I mean, big point for you. First of all, what is your general assessment of the entire 90 minutes?
I think it was a very good game. It's a game we fought for. Because Bechem, they needed to win at all costs, so you could see they were putting a lot of pressure. So yes, we will have to always make sure we close them down, we close down the spaces And for me, I think it's a very important point for us. Yeah.
Now, earlier you told me you had just 3 training sessions with this team. Do you think the boys are beginning to assimilate your tactics and system?
Yes. I think it's our first point, our first away point, and for me, I think Nations have been a very good time, a good side all this while. Except that sometimes you do whatever you do, but the results will not come. But I think the boys have done so well.
Now, I mean, you've gained a point here, but what must change going into match day 9?
Yes, now we are going back home, and then against Hohoi, yes, it will not be easy. Now you cannot underrate any side, but we'll have time to train, work out, and then we try to also correct the mistakes here. So for me, I think it's a very good beginning for me.
Okay, Coach, thanks very much. Coach Frimpong Manso, the head coach of Nations FC, getting a point against Bechem United. It was a good one, and he's exchanged pleasantries with the man that I'm coming to speak to, Desmond Isabocho. Coach, I mean, you have them path for that goal, but it didn't come. First of all, what is your general assessment of the entire game?
I think we came in with a 4-3-2-1 and we went in with a 3-5-2 so that we can dominate the game, attack more. But it's like we were so defensively that we were making a lot of mistakes at the last stage. The decision taking has not been very effective at all. That is today. And what I was expecting from the boys was not there. I mean, the telepathy of going through and the penetration was not being there.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed.
Now, in the last 50 minutes of the game, you created chances. I saw that chance from Emmanuel Aban when it was missed. I was looking at you. You were almost rolling on the floor. I mean, what do you make of that opportunity?
I don't know what he's trying to do because this is a little jab. Because you are closer to the US in the 6-yard box, you are closer to the post. There's no need of style. You know, what the only thing is possess your. I mean, compose yourself and jab the ball inside, and that is the only killer instinct he's supposed to do. I'm surprised he couldn't do the right thing.
Well, 1 point here, the fans are frustrated, but what needs to change going into the next game?
Honestly, our final decision has been a problem to us, and decision taking is a key because at the end of the day, if you don't score, that is what will happen. You can see from my back what is happening, but that's the game. Yeah. You understand it. Yeah. See, so I know what is happening, but I don't care.
Well, wish you the best in the future games there. Coach Desmond Isaboche is the head coach of Bechem United. They have drawn here against Nations FC. But the man of the match, my very good friend Frank Amankwa. Now, I mean, Frank, game Nankasa Muboy no win 1 point, but game Nankasa no one is saying.
No tough because Nations and team Ketwasa because social premiership no almost all players as we see one until game Ketwane boy tough, but the woman Aban. Me who say I Manu Aban chance na wonya or Messi and me who say o tough from us and na ora such chance no only say you could have decided the game. Perfect. Yen names Sabo ne the tournament. You ya say afasro no ntinye easy ne nim sa Aban die 18 ni mo de onya ball na the better net bet the woman PM. Fast Nenje, almost person win message being and out the one going into the rest of the season. The American show me say, Enkechi, almost supporting Nadani Daniel Ginger to me, Juman, because Omunima in ye. Or said the wow, Messi are buying numbers and no more day are a whole coffee, the best from say, Omo fan chain, no more cost one tire, minim Samere Pabeba, Achia Nemui, Omo Kaya Hong Quadia, minim season inquiry. Free Harbor. Okay, Frank, thanks very much there, giving us some proverbs there to the fans who are very agitated that Bechem United have draw points here. But it ended goalless between Bechem and Nations FC, and both teams are going away with a point each. So that wraps up the first game of match day 8 here at the Nanafo Sujiabo Park. Tomorrow we'll be at the Hohoi Sports Stadium, big one, because Hohoi United will be coming up against Mediema. That game is at 3:30. Then on Sunday at the Babayara Sports Stadium, Kotoko return to the domestic front. This time they take on Karela United. My name is Mutalay Akubu. I did this with Jeffrey Asare, and from us here at the Nanafo Sujiabo Park, we say have a good evening and watch out for that game tomorrow. Hohoi United, Mediema on TV3 and on your TV.
I want to watch them now.
Even watches Ghana football these days.